Kevin Anamali, and it is Thursday, and we know what Thursday means. It is time to grind. It is time to grind some gears. Jade and I penciled a grounded gear earlier this week, which we will grind today. Let's start off with what grinds me and Jade's gears, which is
Tell us.
papers.
Mm.
Now let's be a little bit more specific.
Mm.
When we go to places to request services or any type of anything, and they have to pull papers, our files are papers, the processes are done on paper. Why is this not digital?
The non-digitization of our record-keeping systems on the island.
Precisely.
Mm.
Why are places that hold ridiculously valuable pieces of information are still using paper to store the information?
Because that's how we always do it.
It only takes one file for all our records.
For all of our records to just vanish,
Not two files?
and then we just cease to exist.
One small file.
One small fire.
A half of a file?
And then we just,
That has happened.
a fire happens at a health center. You ain't on a record. You cease to exist.
A small smolder.
Who are you? Your identity has been erased.
Yeah.
You have no
I would love that,
immunization, nothing.
Left the paper.
Like me, I went to the health center to do some family planning this week, and I was shocked by the amount of paper I saw in one room. There's paper with numbers on it for the doctors. There's paper that they write down your precious stuff, your information, your name, all of that. There's paper on the door. There's paper on the floor. Like, why is there so many papers?
The people are paper.
Just like most things, especially in these times we've seen, how COVID-19 has forced a lot of things that should have been done a long time ago to get done.
Well, we'll see. Wait, that one ain't reached yet.
So y'all talking about fire? The saddest part about it is it might take something like that to see a change.
A fire?
And that's the most, that's
It should not have
It shouldn't have to, but
Yes.
honestly, the way we operate in St. Kitts, it
probably more
seems
like
like
in the Amazon. But
disasters have to happen for things to change.
yeah. We change out of necessity,
Right.
not
Not convenience.
Not convenience,
Not to
yeah.
work more efficiently,
But
but
innovation. But progress.
What's innovation? What's that?
because honestly, let's be realistic. You go somewhere to get. Let's say you go to the hospital to get something done. You have to go get your files, and you have to go pull your files, and they have to, wherever the files are located, they have to find it, and God forbid a paper missing, that procedure or whatever record doesn't exist. Well, I mean,
Bro,
we can start somewhere.
but even like, you know how much people in St. Kitts name spell wrong because a nurse.
Right. On the birth
Spell.
certificate.
Okay, dude, okay. You know, like Vince, right? Friend of the show, Vince, right? Depending on if Vince's mother was from certain parts of the country, his name might have been Wince, all I know.
Rinse.
Because that's happened to a lot of people. They pronounce it with the
W.
with the W, and the nurse just write it down, and boom. Now, if it was digitized, what would happen is you would get a chance to review the information after it's been emailed to you, the digital copy of your child's birth certificate, and you'd have, just say, up to 7 days or whatever to make changes.
Not just that, you can change it whenever though. If it's digital.
Well, I mean, there'd have to be some limitations, I think. Because next thing now, some of these confusion people, 2 weeks later you find out your husband ain't really your husband, and you go to them and tell them taking him out the birth certificate.
I mean, no, I mean, talking about changes like that. Talking
Yeah.
about spelling and so. Like,
Yeah, but name changes and things like that. I mean, just the efficiency, just the increase in efficiency would be. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Look, we're still writing names on birth certificates. Writing.
And then the thing is too, they are crammed into these tiny boxes with the fanciest of writings. The letters are not very clear sometimes. They squeeze them into these tiny boxes because they're working on the calligraphy. Can we just stop the tradition?
Calligraphy.
Like, all jokes aside, can we just not? the birth certificate doesn't need to be fancy. It needs to be legible and clear and concise. If you hand your birth certificate to other people from different countries, they will look at it and ask you, what menu is this? It looks like
A prescription,
a
actually.
prescription.
And
Just
can
write
we just
properly.
digitalize it? Like, why do I have to go to this health center, ask for a birth certificate, and wait a half an hour for them to go pull out some long ancient paper, flip through all of the things to go write it out? Like, just
And then
print.
let's say that book catches on fire or gets wet.
Nobody born.
Then who's Jay Johnson?
Then who is anybody? They need to be digitized. They need to be digitized.
Yeah, give me
Or
that.
not even digitized. They need to be. It's typed or some sort of laminated something. This fold out
Bro,
paper is not it.
you're talking about the fold. The one that that. Let's say, I don't want to say irks me. It may more. I might more just take it as. Wow, look at that. The places where you have to go to get some type of record, I'd have to use a typewriter. They're still using a typewriter.
Like seriously, I know we love tradition in St. Kitts, but
I
tradition.
think your police record, they get on a typewriter.
yeah, they
right?
do it on a typewriter, and if they make a mistake, they have to start over. Like,
Yes.
No, suppose I overseas and I need a document urgently. They
No,
can't
no,
email it to me because
No,
guess
that-
what?
That doesn't happen in this
Call
country.
your childhood friend. Tell them go down by.
it is ridiculous. You have to do
That's what you
typewriter,
have to do.
and
You
we
call
have,
somebody.
and then we
Yeah,
have to.
childhood friend.
We have to
So
get we
ridiculous.
passport in stamps and all this. Like, come on.
As if
Bro.
we're in the 1950s.
Bro, like, you talk, that stamp thing does really annoy me.
It's ridiculous.
It's unnecessary.
Dude, just let me pay anything I want to do to Inland Revenue and the online system, and let me get what I need to get.
Why do I
No,
have to
for
go to the
police
post
record-
office to get stamps? Then take the stamps to the.
You have to get, imagine.
Why the stamps ain't even just at the place you have to use.
Oh,
Exactly, like where you got to go down to the post
because
office,
stamps are for post at the post office.
then it take
Duh.
20 stamps up to the police station for them to go type up something. So I spend a whole day just trying to get one document.
It's true, yeah. Like,
You gotta take out late the afternoon for Joe.
yeah.
Just to get one small document that they could have had on a computer. Let me pay at the
Show some
police
ID,
station.
Jade. Oh, no problem.
okay, when you have
Take
your birth
10 minutes in
certificate,
the
There's
search.
the station, you could have paid an app on your phone.
you have to have your birth
Oh my
certificate.
God,
Then you
I
have
feel
to.
like we're in the ancient days.
You,
This
you,
is
you
so
get birth
ridiculous.
certificate, and you open it, you feel like a wizard with this scroll. Like what?
And then now
Am
I
I
got to
reading a
carry this
spell?
document to some place overseas and they're watching me like, you make up this, no? Like,
Wait there. Someone wrote this.
What
Honestly,
man of
it,
sorcery is this?
it needs to. I know we love tradition in St. Kitts, but there's certain things that don't need to stay tradition forever.
No, this isn't about
But in tradition, Kevin, masculine
Listen,
tradition.
everything is tradition. Everything is tradition in this country. Everything old is tradition, and they use tradition to keep things
To
the way they
justify
are
things.
to justify
No,
it.
but really and truly, it's because, like we said, there hasn't been a situation where it's been deemed necessary. So it's going to take a lot of money, a lot of resources to do that. But the truth is, the savings over time. with
It costs you more to
exponential-
print out all these papers to
Not
have
even
to
cost more, bro.
the
Just-
calligraphy
time
pen
as well.
time.
Just the time. Just the time alone.
Time is money, literally. The time you spent drawing your C on the birth certificate, you could have done the 6.
but guess what? Now I have to figure out if I want to eat today, or if I want to go police station go stand up for the hour.
Oh, yeah.
You
Because
can't
if
do
I have
nothing
to
on
do
your
this on my
lunch.
hour, I salt, you know?
That's the thing too. Lunch hour. We are fortunate enough in St. Kitts and Nevis for most people to have lunch hours. Most places give you half an hour to have
Yeah,
lunch.
40 minutes.
We have an hour to do lunch, and we
Hard
can't
for
even
15-minute
conduct.
break.
We can barely conduct any business within that
Any
hour
business, you can't go
because
bank,
it takes
you can't
us.
go doctor, you can't do nothing
It
else,
takes
Joe.
us
I don't
the
know how people
entire
do it.
hour.
I don't know how people with jobs do
I
it.
can't go get a police
Why?
record
That is why when people got doctor appointment, they take off the afternoon after work out the morning.
because you don't have the
You
time.
tell your employee the week before, I got doctor appointment next week at 10 o'clock. So me coming in till 2.
Imagine, and then the thing is too, you can't even submit a request for these things. So what? Somebody help me because I actually don't know. What happens if they can't find your birth certificate?
You ain't born.
You have to go and do it over again.
You have to go.
Oh, so they have to write. They have to draw another one.
Yeah, because there's a birth record at JNF. So then you
Wait,
so I
know.
on
have to
paper?
go.
You mean the
So I
one
have
on
to go
paper?
up JNF
Yeah.
for them to
Okay.
flip through
So if both of
10,000
them
books.
get lost, then
I don't exist.
Is JNF stuff
Then-
digitalized?
no.
So I
They-
gotta go up there for another book. Oh,
It's
me
a
want-
book, yeah. It's a book, yeah.
Why do we love books? Why we love
Honestly,
writing so much?
let's take a minute. We want to be very environmentally friendly and all these things, yet we have rooms stacked to the ceiling with paper.
There were the courthouse didn't burn down one time
Yeah, a few years
with paper.
Evidence.
Well, it didn't burn
Wait.
down, there was a fire.
So it burned,
In
Jail,
evidence,
the court
in
was burned
evidence, in evidence room.
but it almost burned down. What do you ask? So the evidence room went up in a blaze. All the evidence was lost, and
the
we did not
evidence on
learn. Okay.
Do we understand the importance of a database? Because if there's a database,
Why? Wait, no.
it does make like, oh my gosh.
Let me tell you a story, you know. Me and Jay introduced him because Jay got a baby. Well, he ain't a baby no more. He's
He's two.
an adult.
Yes.
When my daughter born, right? You got to collect a document from the courthouse. By the name, a specimen, a paternity, some specimen paternity, something, right? To basically get the birth certificate done with the names and so. I went down there to collect the document. Maybe like a week after she was born. The man said, when she born, I said last week. The man said, that ain't a week down here yet.
Also, they have to send the papers from JNF to the courthouse.
Yes. And apparently, they only send them once a month. Say if a child born the 2nd of January, you got to wait until the end of January.
That's efficient, Amali. You think they're gonna do that daily? We get them all together.
No. Imagine if there was a database.
The woman literally tell me, come back in 3 weeks.
Now imagine if there was a database where JNF can upload their documents, and guess what? The courthouse can pull them up because it's a shared file.
Imagine.
What a world that would be. Efficiency. Then you would save on the gas, having to drive a bus load of paper. You'd save on having to not order all of these papers.
You would save on time. You wouldn't have to wait 3 weeks for a document.
You would save on calligraphy ink and fountain pens.
And also, you wouldn't have a situation where a child is born and legally doesn't exist for 3 weeks.
Doesn't exist for 3 weeks.
Imagine you're telling me a child on Earth.
No, your child is
There's a record of birth, but there's a birth certificate.
So your child is illegal.
But we've had this situation with the fires several times. I hear talking to Auntie Dawn. She actually reminded me that in the same building, that one time was the public library as well. And so all the research material and stuff was burnt. I remember hearing my mother talk about that too. It was crazy. My dad told me about this too. The library burned down.
Jail.
It's honestly, it's really not that hard. I understand it's gonna take a lot of resources and time to upload these things, but if you start the database now, what's gonna end up happening is the fact that you could go back and upload. So start today.
Okay.
You start today. Going forward, every new document is digital or will be stored digitally, and then you eventually get just once you continue with the digital, you'll find how much time frees up, and then you could have the people.
Definitely.
You could have the staff who now has some more time, an hour of the day. They sit down in a room and upload some files. Simple. But we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How is everybody today?
We're okay. We're doing good.
Doing great.
Hello?
You hearing us?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, what you need to add to that, based on what you all are saying in terms of the amount of time that is used up, I do hope by now this has changed. It has cleared up. But it's very frustrating too, like when you go to the police station for whatever information you need to do with your record, criminal record or whatever. Especially if you want, let's say you wanna go for your passport. You go there, you're gonna ask what else, whether documentation or piece of information that is needed. They're gonna say, well, okay, this is the only thing you need. Take this, go down to the government headquarters, only to find out when you go down there. They're going to send you back straight to the police station again for something else.
Yep.
You understand? That's very, very, very frustrating. And I want to know what is really happening in some of these offices or positions if people don't know what their job description is, And finally, what is also frustrating again, you want to see someone, because from where I stand, if I'm going to get information I don't want to speak to persons who is not in a position to help me. If that is not what your job description is all about, lead me or give me direction to the person, the relevant person to go to. Don't waste my time. I don't have time to waste. Nobody should waste my time like that. But whoever is at the front desk is going to say, go ahead, tell me. No, you're going to give them the barest of information that that person needs to know.
So they
So
can,
they
point
can
you in the
give
right
you
place.
the appropriate direction. But they're going to tell you, go ahead, tell me. And when you finish saying everything that you have to say, because they give the impression that they are the ones who can help you.
Then they're gonna hit you with a
When
meaner,
you say everything. You say, yeah, you have to see this person, you just go upstairs and go across. I mean, sometimes you stand up and you watch them, and I mean, you have to ask God for patience, because what you really want to say, you have to roll your tongue in
Yes,
your
my
mouth.
child.
Because some of them is just so fast. Always want to know people's business, and they know they are not in a position to help that person, because they're still going to have to direct you to where you're supposed to go. Anyway, I'll continue to listen.
All right, thank you very much. And that is so true. One, this should touch on many different points. One, you are told offices work with other offices, yet the offices they work with don't have enough information. You need 10 documents to get one thing from one office. One of the offices tell you, oh, you only need 6. You go with the 6, the office tell you, no, you actually need 10.
You mean like the Labor Department
Okay then.
that asked me for a letter from my job, and when I took it, 10 months later they tell me I need a social security document? You mean like them? Oh. And I still ain't get me things yet. And the year soon done.
And then you see, the thing is, if this was a digital system, it would have been so much more streamlined. And everybody wants to jump on the topic of, but not everybody knows how to work a computer. You don't need to know how to work a computer. You just need to know what you need to do on it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Click this.
Nobody trying to
press
teach you how to use Photoshop. Nobody trying to teach you how to create a graph. You just need to do what you need to do.
Yeah, but I mean, even so, I think we should be looking to build capacity of the people employed in the civil service, especially. Like we can't be using these things as excuses.
You can't get with the time or get left behind. Is as simple as that.
Yeah.
It's
I
as
mean,
simple as
look,
that.
if that was the case, there are a lot of teachers who I know, when things started to go digital in education, had trouble. Some of them had to go to Mr. Deepak classes, adult classes, and they had to build capacity. Like
That's all.
if you want to function in the
new
position that
world.
you're in, you have to get the requisite skills.
And the thing is, right?
And if
So
you don't want to, then just go and plant potato.
that's all.
Still need a
You
skill
know,
for
if
that.
let's give the example of a bank.
They need to digitize that over
You know, I worked in a bank, and for me, the bank system was not something I learned at home. Something I have to learn there.
You mean the bank trained you to do your job?
Yes,
that's what you're saying?
imagine the bank sat
okay,
me down
okay.
for 2 weeks and trained me how to use the
You
system.
lie.
Oh my gosh. Unreal.
Unheard of.
Who would have thought that jobs train you how to use the things you have to use?
Outrageous.
We have a call. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I quite understand what you guys are saying. I had an experience one year. I came home and I wanted to bring back up some fish with me. And I spent all day trying to get the paperwork together for the fish, because I came up with this new thing where you had to go get some paper, pay for whatever document you have showing that I guess they check the fish, which you really don't need to weigh them, and then go back down to where they weigh the fish, and all day. But I have to give them credit now, because now they do everything in one building. So I give them the credit now. You don't have to go up here, come back down, go over there. They do it all in one building, so I give them credit for that. So I quite understand what y'all are talking about.
It's so frustrating.
And the fish done different.
You have a good morning, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. But you see, that's a prime example of how systems sometimes don't make no sense. And then even so, our friend is saying, you know, kudos to them now having all the services in one building. We also have situations where we have one building with 17 different lines to do one thing. You have to go over here.
And then come out the line and go join
Go
the line.
go in that line to get your papers. You're going that line to get your papers, or then join the cashier line, and you join the cashier line, then pay. When you're done pay, or take the paper over to this line so you drop it off, and then when you're done drop it off, okay, so over they can give you your sticker. How about?
That's
Yeah,
very
to go
specific,
clear a
right?
package recently.
No,
From
I know who I'm talking about though.
Okay.
But
I know what you're talking about too.
so let's just say, well, what if there was just one line to do all things? You know, there are many counters, which means that, you know, you have the capacity to serve multiple people at one time. Because, you know, this multiple line thing is to alleviate the lines, to make them move faster, but it actually doesn't, because now you just have people bouncing around in wrong lines for long times. Just have one line to do one thing, to do everything.
Not just that, you know, the establishments where you go and you do whatever you have to do in the line, and you sit down and wait until it's processed. They have a waiting area with several chairs. So you ain't sign up in the line for half an hour.
Magazines.
You go to
and
the
coffee.
line, huh?
With magazines and coffee.
Yeah, and water
Tea.
with T-Bush, right? And you go in the line and you give your money and you give your information, your IDs and everything. And they say, okay, we'll call you when it's ready. And
Yeah.
you go sit down and read a magazine for 20 minutes. That's how the DMV works. And
That's
so
what DMV works, yeah.
you go and get them my documentation, and they say, yeah,
Then
and
they,
let's have a
then,
sit
they,
over
then
there.
they give you a number,
Next
sit
customer.
down, your number, we're going to
Yeah,
call your number
and
when
then
you're
they call
ready.
your number, you go up and collect your ID, your driver license, you go to the door.
When it's time for you, all right, number 56, you get up, you collect your documents, out the door. We have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh, we lost him. Of course, feel free to call back. But I don't understand why we have yet to transition into a more efficient way of working.
What no? St. Kitts is in a position right now, and has always been, where the government can actually allocate a piece of land to build a government complex, with government offices. So everything you need to do, inland revenue and passport and thing
Bro.
and thing is in one complex.
And we could spend copious some money renting people's place. It's fine.
Oh,
You mean
okay.
you mean we could build the place with the surplus we always talking about? Oh, maybe not.
Which place? No.
With the complex, we could build a government
You're
complex.
talking about surplus?
Mm-mm.
But you have to remember that as the money in production for Carnival. You have to.
You have to be here.
can't
You
build
could sit out this
No, you
one.
could abuse. I just
Yeah, just sit out this one. But
You know what
but
else- you know what else
it's
is
ridiculous.
What government headquarters look like? How we look?
Man, I believe all.
No,
Like
okay.
government headquarters looks terrible, you know?
Jade, okay. You want me to give you a joke about that? It may not, well, it's probably still true. Well, actually, it's less true now because, like I was alluding to earlier, a lot of the government offices are in rented spaces now.
Yep.
And all over the place. Like, all over the place. But if you were told to go visit a government office somewhere and you weren't sure which building on the street it was,
You would have
No.
you would forever be unsure.
no, you would have no problem knowing which one it is, because the joke was, just go look for the oldest
All them
looking,
dilapidated?
most breakdown building. Is that?
The government
You ain't
headquarters,
you
huh? You know how old a building has to be for it to be one color and now turning into another color? Like it was pink at a point, you know?
Wow.
Now it's baby pink.
Oi, oi.
It's almost white.
Man, I left Timothy office here. Inside nice. It's not.
The elevators even work?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
At least.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Even
that's why I never use it. That's why
even let's backtrack a
sometimes
bit.
when in there they say, yeah, you're working.
Let's backtrack a
Nice,
bit.
nice.
Even the application to work at the government is still a photocopied typewritten paper. And you have to squeeze all of your information in these micro boxes. Why are we still doing that?
Out of it.
Somebody.
There's the
Here's the
application?
thing. There's what?
I thought you just go and say the minister send me.
Anyway, so
I'm bad this man in my
so Here's the thing.
No,
If-
seriously, that's what happened.
here's the thing. You then have to, if you submit an application to the government, you then have to go and photocopy all your documents and take one stack of paper to the to the government office. How about there was an online platform where you could just apply? Maybe if an online platform was there, you could just apply. We have another call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Hello, this is Win FM.
Yes,
Yes,
this is it.
I'm trying to get Mr. Bacchus.
Okay, this is a live radio show happening right now.
What's the name of the show?
This is Island Tea.
Okay, this is Winston Zach Nisbet.
Hi.
Hello.
Zach, pick up yourself.
Hey, today's my birthday too.
Happy birthday to you.
Mr. Culture himself, happy birthday.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Yes. Okay.
All right.
Right.
I think we have some more callers. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome back.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what Jade was saying about the buildings, about government headquarters and the color changing and stuff. You know, all those things because they don't take pride in what we have. I think because in paint, you know how far paint make a building look?
Mm-hmm.
Take an old dilapidated building and just put a fresh coat of paint on it. And it make a big difference. And then you have, the thing is to with government building is that it look like they don't have good maintenance. At a government building, you should have maintenance be 24 hours to go around, check stuff every day,
that's
the
a public
schools and all those things. So nothing's supposed to be falling apart.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You have a good day again, my friend.
Thank
Right.
you.
And that's a really good point, you know. Like,
Yeah.
like when I was in Halifax, I mean, it's the exact opposite up there, you know. Like the government holds their buildings, right?
To the-
every government
course.
Highest of
institution
standard.
the highest standard.
Of
you know.
course, but
You walk in here, you feel like
Halifax,
you're a resort, you know.
if
but
a-
to half
if-
of the other islands,
if-
Dubai,
if a
the
ti-
government headquarters is
It's
like
immaculate.
a palace.
It's
Yeah.
immaculate.
Yeah.
If
They
a
take
ti-
pride in, yeah,
In some
Government
government,
house
in some
and government
in some
headquarters.
government offices, if a tile crack, they will close off the entire room, take up all the tiles and put down new ones. But here we just, anyway, we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning,
Welcome.
students to teachers. I am painting is part of my construction trade. And a building do not have to be old to lose the color of the paint. It's the quality of the paint against the weather.
right.
Where it fades away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, teacher, for marking my book correct. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. But we know.
He's certainly right.
Yeah,
because,
we know that
you buy quality
Caribbean.
paint, you know, worry about that again.
We know that the Caribbean sun is not friendly to anything with color. Caribbean sun will bleach things in a heartbeat. But the thing is, the building should not get to the point where it has been
just not look good.
completely bleached
That what you're trying to
for
say?
it to be repainted.
It just not look good.
And
I
then
think
we
that's
should
what
we should not be repainting we should not be repainting buildings with 7 coats of paint under it, because then when it starts to peel, you just see
Stop
rainbow.
talk about the school, I'm not buying.
Oh my lord.
Anyway, it doesn't take much.
Spicy today, you know?
What? I just.
But it's true, you know, the schools
Yeah,
they
it's
always
the one with the vibes.
but it's true, you know, we always repainting schools, and then the schools have like
Are they got the old paint still?
old paint on it. There's
But
no
that's a
stripping
game.
of the paint.
The game, how many layers can you get?
Yeah.
You never play that game there?
And then, you know, if you ever chip, if you start to chip, you see green, blue, orange, more orange, pink.
Peel off the paint and see your mother name paint on it. Oh, mom, you was in this class too.
You guess what? Preservation of
Oh,
history.
yeah. Oh, my brothers. But yeah, man, like, I think it's long overdue for a nice push on Canefield, like on the Kim Collins, and be like a beautiful, magnificent.
Well, it wouldn't be there, but
Whatever.
It wouldn't be there, but
Wherever,
you know,
yeah.
there's
I mean,
ample
we do
space.
need, we do need. It's gonna be a huge complex to have all the buildings. Like, for instance, the one at you know, we use now the Stanford building up at the airport. That houses like maybe 3 or 4 actual departments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you could imagine the scale. You know, of
But it doesn't have to though. I remember Stanford building was there already.
No, but I'm
Hence,
saying
the
is,
space they use in there is like too much space. Yeah, like
yeah, but what I'm saying is that it'd have to be a really big complex, but it would make so much sense.
For example, the left wing in the Stanford building, right? The first floor of finance, not down there.
Yeah.
It does a big empty hallway with bathrooms and a desk that nobody sit down by. So it's like it's not a waste, but it wasn't designed for that. So
Yeah,
you can understand.
but that's what I'm saying. I think building a nice complex.
It would
like-
be a mammoth structure.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be. But I don't think it has to be one structure. Build it like a small, like a small,
like a strip mall.
yeah, like a strip mall.
Literally.
Several levels, several corridors. Each interconnected. We have young architects here who do
They're
have
very,
something
and
very
then
nice.
that's the thing too. Most government buildings are very simple. To be honest, they're just big the squares,
Reception and back office.
squares with different floors that do different things. Okay, second floor finance, third floor education, fourth floor department. And it's just as simple. Split it into halves
Bro.
if you want to utilize
You see
space.
some of these hospitals, like these private hospitals, especially in bigger countries. They're like small cities.
There's one desk downstairs that tells you this is the most general place to tell you
Yes.
where you need to go.
Information desk.
Information desk. Imagine that.
Come
Any
in,
note?
come in and say what you want.
Check me down by the
I
information
need to
desk.
go. I'm looking for the Department of Youth. Okay, third floor.
Full stop. Anyway, we have to take a break.
Yes, we have to take a break. Break me up a piece
Before
break me
Jade
up
have
a
a
piece
seizure.
of logic.
Break me up a piece.
We'll be
sense.
back in a few minutes. Stay tuned to Island Tide.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
A ritual is love. A ritual brings happiness into vibration through all the nation. It is in all of us, spreading love in our diversity. Our culture and spirit, our people, we're in it together in harmony. Sing it with me now. We are all one. We are all love. When we stand together. We are all one. We are all love. When we stand together. Sing it with me now. We are all one. We are all love. When we stand together. We are all one. We are all love. When we stand together.
Rituals Coffee House. Grounds for enjoyment.
Yes, it's the 3 Happy Days pre-Christmas clearance at Hospice Building and Nevis Centers. This Thursday, November 19th to Saturday, November 21st, with 25% off store-wide on all discountable items. Happy deals, happy savings, happy discounts, happy days at Hospice. This 3 Happy Days weekend, Thursday, November 19th to Saturday, November 21st. 25% off store-wide on all discountable items. Hospice 3 Happy Days pre-Christmas clearance weekend sale. Thursday, November 19th to Saturday, November 21st. Don't miss it. Happy Days at Hospice. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
Welcome back to Island Tea.
I was gonna say it. I was waiting for the music to fade some more. Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves Kevin and Amari, and I think we've all grounded some gears this morning. Will there be any change? Tune in next decade to find out.
Tune in 2020, not 2030.
Tune in 2020
for a brief update.
For a brief update.
That's to how slow.
But after 10 years, the update gonna be brief.
For a brief update.
Has anything? No. And here ends the update for this decade.
But we honestly, we just want to see the country doing better, and there are many ways that even someone on the live is saying they suggested a way. I'm gonna read the comment. They said many years ago I suggested we should first fix our civil registry, make it a digital platform, and then all other docs would flow from it. But no, I was too young to advise. And that's the case. We just want to see the country work better, be more efficient, be more up to date. And we have people suggesting things, and it is somehow received by certain people as we ain't like how this work, and we too own way. And no, we just see an easier way to do things. And part of it is because we know, and part of it is because we are familiar with this technology because we use it every single day.
Bro.
If young people are telling you this is a much easier way to do it, don't shut it down because you are not familiar with technology. Listen and see how you can incorporate it.
I don't
it's
even
that
know.
simple.
Sometimes it's the messenger.
It's that too.
Because I suspect, and not suspect, I've known of cases where there's things that have been suggested, lobbied for, all these things, only to be ignored until somebody who is a lighter shade of pink who comes in and says the same thing. It's like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's pay you hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars to implement it.
Because you have the young people of the nation who are screaming, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And like you said, all it takes is some foreign entity to show up and tell you a way dumber version of what the local was telling you, and you're sold. Because they've done it for Microsoft, they've done it for Microsoft, they've done it for Google. They must know what they're talking about. We have a call. Caller, good morning. We lost the caller.
But let me speak a hypothetical here. Right? Let's say someone was to come from a country to migrate, like they came to migrate, saw a shortcoming in, let's say, infrastructure, like let's say the roads. I were to make a proposal to the government about, a project that could rehabilitate the road system. Bear in mind, this isn't, I'm just using that because our roads are actually being paved now.
Right.
But how feasible do you think it is that this person could literally know absolutely nothing about paving roads, subcontract a company from, say, England or Trinidad or some other country, and be awarded that contract?
Because they're foreign. I don't know why we attribute being foreign
There's a term for
to being capable.
What's the name of that?
Because we have people here that do it. And then on top of that, if you give locals the jobs, you allow them to develop their skills. You give them a list of things they can put on their resume as projects they've done and completed successfully. Then guess what? You no longer have to outsource, because you then end up with a giant index of locals who can do many different things. But instead, we want to jump on the outsourcing train, and we want to outsource, where we could have paid somebody $1 million to fix the roads. We now have to go pay an overseas entity $2 million, because we have to not only pay them the $1 million to fix the roads, but then they have to pay them to bring in all this stuff and bring this and stay accommodation and food.
Like I've been involved in some projects where a foreign entity was brought in to install something. Like I would have bid to do the job. Would have lost out on the bid. Right?
Let me guess, you still end up doing it.
No, the foreign entity comes, and then subcontracts me to do the job. and I get paid more.
I have some good news though.
Tell us. United?
No.
Only good news?
That's never good news, by The land registry is in the process of being digitized.
Oh,
Which one? Which one?
I heard that.
The land registry.
Amazing.
I
Love
heard that.
So the person says, one small step for kitchen-kind.
I love that though. At least one office is doing it.
You know that's no, but that's a huge thing, eh? You know what many dangers, toils and snares you have to go through to find out to own a piece of land?
But not just that, we have multiple situations where 6 people own the same land because they've been given the land.
You know why? Because on paper.
Because on paper.
Be careful.
All right.
You're right.
It's true. But and it's not a willful thing. It's just human error. You issue a piece of land to somebody, but you fail to put that paper where it belongs, and then now somebody else comes to apply for that land. That land is still in the available pile or folder, and you say, "Oh, this one is good." You give it to them too. Now 2 people end up with the same land. We have a call. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, fellas.
Morning.
You're aware that we do pay for maintenance for these government buildings.
For children? Oh.
We pay very high for maintenance. If the record is there to show. And why not turn Fort Thomas in a government offices and start paying all this rent for all these people buildings? Have a good morning.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Well, the amount of things that we want to turn Fort Thomas into, right?
Yeah, Fort Thomas got like 1,700 projects to turn into. But that's what we spoke about earlier. There are ways to move buildings, to other places, and they can all be in one space, and then you save on this copious amounts of government rent, but the of rent spending. So I know it's not a small feat. It takes time. It takes money.
No, but what it needs, Kevin, is a plan. And this is one of the issues that I've had, and I've said it here several times on the show. The reason why a lot of these projects don't happen is because to implement is going to take longer than one political term. That's really why it is. So you don't want to start it and then have someone else take the credit for it, or not be able to fully utilize it as part of your in part of your upcoming campaign. Hardly any projects that the governments undertake are projects that are going to take over 5 years. Like, there's very short-term vision as it relates to government planning.
Yeah. It has to be something that they could accomplish within their terms.
I mean, somebody had this conversation just last week, actually, a friend of mine who lives in England, actually, in London, and he was complaining about how the government is so short-sighted and our decisions they make. I said, well, if they make decisions that are long-sighted, they're going to lose the election.
Yep.
It's a balance. And that is because we have a culture in St. Kitts and Nevis of entitlement in the people. And if the government they give you something now, then the government bad. You hear the government investing in a plan for education that will last or will see the effects 30, 40, 50 years. No, but how are helping me?
But they're less effective in the minds of voters than a case of being like, seriously.
Yes.
We have a call. Let's take the call. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Great.
Okay. I like the discussion, but I'm going to ask you on the flip side of it. Government has this notion that we the people have the notion that the government has to employ us. We start automating most of these offices or making them even more, let's say, practical. What happens to the workers? Workers going to consider, well, I'm going to lose my job. It's like automating a factory. What do you do to those persons who start thinking that way? 2, what about, we talk about maintenance. We have a bunch of playgrounds around the island. Government come, government go. Somebody put up some lights on them and nobody ever go back to check them. Nobody maintain them. Nobody make sure the wires are not corroded or bust down. When a hurricane come, they bust down and somebody tell you, we're busy fixing something in town. So we can't come to that. Then they forget about it for the rest of the year. Who's maintaining government vehicles and police, everything? Police get a set of new vehicles 3-4 years ago. They run them to the ground, then try and give them an exit. So what are we really doing?
Wasting.
Precisely.
And will we continue doing the same thing over and over, and we're going to get anywhere? So put that in the spin, because on the flip side, we all know in big industries, they start going, we're going to automate this factory, so person's going to face the breadline. Is the government prepared to retrain the workers in some of the offices where you and I have to stand up in the line to go day, pay day, get a stamp, day, do this? What are we going to do?
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that to the conversation.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, what the caller said is something that is actually very much in discussion right now. We can't stop it. We can't stop the automation of services. Like it's happening. It will continue to happen, and this is something that people from all fields, whether it's sociologists, psychologists, economists, have all put their 2 cents into and done lots of research on how this is going to affect people as we move forward. Now, before I even start to go into this, I want to say firstly, when you have a working population where 1/3 is employed by the government, 1/3 of the working population roughly is employed by the government. That is ridiculous. The wage bill is too high. Part of the issue is that government jobs have been used to secure votes over the years. No matter who the party is, no matter who government in, it's become, like Amalia has said, it's expected by the people that you go to your representative and they could get your job.
Give me a work and I vote for you.
Right? Instead of empowering people, we want to keep people dependent. And
empowering businesses.
Right.
And giving incentives for businesses.
Bro. Anyway.
And they will argue and say that there are incentives. Oh yeah, you can play for duty free and thing. Yeah, but that's everywhere in the world and nothing special.
Right, exactly. So in terms of the issue of the need for less people in these institutions once they become automated, but the caller alluded to it. Retraining. One, you're not going to get rid of everybody, right? What's going to happen is that you could move people with requisite skills into different areas, right?
Who are now your cashiers can be now your data inputters,
right?
Because the cashiers would, possibly vanish.
Right.
The cashiers can now become data entry, things like that.
And it has to be a full-fledged. And the other thing about it is that it's not going to happen all at once. I think when we think about it as this one thing. This is a 10-15 year process, and something that will continue to happen as technology increases, right? So being able to move people out of these mundane jobs into situations where they can explore their passions, right? Where they could add their skills in the private sector. I think these are the things that we have to recognize should and will happen. But until we really just get the political will to recognize that this is what the country needs, and yes, there's a possibility that my government may have to front up the money to get it done, and there's a possibility that another government may take the credit. Yes, that is part of it. That's just part of it.
Yeah.
Right?
I said it happened like once,
Yeah.
They had a mayor in Halifax that allocated some land downtown Halifax for a brand new public library, state of the art. I'm talking about an architectural marvel. It looks like like 3 blocks just on top of each other sitting down. Like the first level is like a rectangle, like, and it's all glass. And the next one is on top of it like that.
Yeah, I know
and
the
the
building.
third level is like that.
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
So it's like 3 blocks just stacked randomly. Beautiful structure. And Mayor, what the mayor name again was by? I can't remember his name. But he lost the election.
And didn't get
the
to
year,
reap the benefits.
The year the library finished. And is the mayor who beat him in the election and cut the ribbon.
Yeah. And that's it.
Daryl Dexter was the mayor who put that in place, and Mike Savage, the new mayor, is who cut the ribbon.
Yeah. But
And it had nothing to do with it.
that is the risk. I mean, if you are put in a position where you are supposed to work in the best interests of the citizens, right? They're given that mandate. Then the job is, yes, do your job, do exactly what the people expect of you, do the things that the country need to do, even if you may be the one who might not end up getting the credit for it.
Right.
But again, I keep asking people to not confuse politicians with statesmen. Those two things, they are not synonymous. And sometimes we expect of politicians the things that we should expect of statesmen. A politician's job is to win elections. That's their job, to win elections. And they function as such.
100%.
It's not country above self.
No man, you crazy?
Well, I mean, the hierarchy seems to be...
Senkis has the most
ironic
yeah, slogan of all the countries in the world.
Yeah.
Country above self.
Especially in Senkis.
Yeah.
Especially
very
in
ironic,
Senkis. Very, very few places I go where people actually put the country above themselves. Very few places. Very few places. And Senkis even worse.
I think we said it here already. And at one point, I could have said that it seemed as though the hierarchy was party above self, above country. It might just be now self above party, above country.
Yeah, I think it's that self above party, above country. The country is actually last.
Yeah.
When you tell a man, boy, like do this is good for the nation, the youth, them and so. I am like,
how that gonna benefit me?
So how to pay me bills then?
Yeah, why it for me?
And at the same time, you can't blame a person. Like they're going through their own struggles and things. But I believe like giving us that slogan, their country above self, was like a bit of a stretch.
But you can blame the person. But I feel like you can blame the person, because if you sign up for a particular job and your job is to put the country above you, then don't come tell me, well, you can't do it because you have to look out for you.
That's the job. Because let us say something closer to big up the Queen and her successors. When they take that.
Well, on that note, I think we should take a break.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Before the Queen herself shut down the whole country because of him.
Lizzie, big up yourself.
I just watched recording and she can't tell me nothing and all she secrets. But we'll take a very, very short break and we'll come back with more Island Tea on Win Media SKN. We'll be right back.
Some things in life are better together.
Yeah, we hear you can tell.
Like Kingston and Dancehall.
Like Sundays and streaming football.
Like secret texts between best friends.
No more limitations. Like video chats with you and Granny on weekends.
Like a road trip and playing songs on loud.
For the community, we have a unity movement with a new energy.
Digicel will bring together all the experiences you love. From the latest shows, sports, music, radio, breaking news to HD video chats, cloud storage, and more. The Caribbean's fastest mobile network. Digicel, better together.
Paint it, tile it, improve it. Your walls, paint it. Your floors, tile it. Your home, improve it. Huge savings at the Hosford's Building Center. Paint it, tile it, improve it. Sales event happening now. Yes. Come to Hosford's Building Center now and get savings of 25% off all paint and up to 75% off all tiles. Yes. Love things are gonna keep at Hosford's with up to 75% off piles of tiles in all styles and 25% off all paint. Come now and get a chance to win win $500 shopping spree at Value Mart with the purchase of 5 gallons of paint or more. That's right. Buy 5 gallons or more of paint and you get a chance to win $500 in free groceries. Starting now until December 31st, 2020. It's your home. So paint it, tile it, improve it. At Hosford's Building and Nevis Center's year-end Paint It, Tile It, Improve It sale. Come now. Save big and simply paint it, tile it, and improve it. The event starts now and ends December 31st, 2020. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Find it difficult because the ignorance and art. Simplicity we used to survive. Do what you doing properly, that's the way through life. Simplicity we used to survive. Men find it difficult because the ignorance and art. Simplicity we used to survive. Children, open up your eyes. It's not the one bag of vanity narding, animosity narding, hypocrisy nor democracy. It's nothing, laba laba narding, backstab another vampire, evil's desire. It's just a meditation of my heart, pure and conscious thought. Be overstanding and be smart. Listen to the children speak the word and shine the light in the dark, yeah. Simplicity we used to survive. Men who find it difficult because they ignorant and die. Simplicity me used to survive. Do what you doing properly, that's the way through life. Simplicity I used to survive. Children, open up your eyes. Simplicity me used to survive. Burn Pharisees and scribes. Yeah. Avoid your anger, not report. Praise Rastafari and live a worthy cause. Give us all the blessing, give us all reward to help the poor and find it easy when them find it hard. Simplicity I used to survive, men find it difficult because the ignorance and die. Simplicity I used to survive, I shall live and love your life. Keep doing what you're doing, don't you grumble. See what you sow is what you reap, so be humble. Know what you're doing, you never stumble. Burn down Rome and side them crumble. Lead the way with the word that I speak. Never must you stray, praise the King in the east. Oh, I love you teach, I am a spirit. Oh, yeah. Simplicity I used to survive. Men who find it difficult because they're ignorant and all. Simplicity I used to survive. Burn Pharisees and scribes. Simplicity I used to survive. Men who find it difficult.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Amali, and we are joined in studio by the man who wears many hats, Mr. Rondon. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm waiting for Amali to say something smart, but he occupied. But
while he occupied, we could talk about
some updates.
Some updates on our offers. So now we're speaking about both CNC, Hertz, and Honda St. Kitts.
All three.
All three.
Okay. Awesome.
And all most of the offers did apply because on the last shows I did discuss about the 4.5% interest, no money down, 7-year repayment. Now we've added into that now we have 3-month deferred payment.
Okay.
Yeah. Now this offer finishes at the end of the month. So I would, for those who are interested, go ahead and check out the website for HondaSankits.com and go ahead and call us to get some more details in terms of the financing and the process. I will be talking about it a little bit later in the show in terms of the process, purchasing a car, whether it be used or the new ones.
Yeah.
But again, that offer is limited. The other one that's available is now for the used cars, which is up to 75,000. That you do have to do the 5% down, 5-year repayment plan, and that is a 7% interest. And then the last offer, which is that 40,000 unsecured loan, and that's all 3 of those are through National Bank. But so we have something that fits within everybody's budget in terms for them trying to purchase a car. Now, from the previous shows and discussions we've had a a lot of people asking a lot of questions, more in terms of the financing. How can we afford, you know, the basic money matter parts of purchasing a car. So what we did is, if my lovely assistant Jade could pull up the website. So if you go to Facebook and you click on our link, it will bring you up to the website, which is Hertz Car Sales. Jade? Oh, okay. If you go there, you will see a rundown of our inventory of all the cars we have available. Now, we've added a bunch of features to the site to inform our customers, as well as to assist them in terms of purchasing and finding the right car for them. So if you're going through the site, you can see in terms of price range, our lowest car right now is starting from 17,000. Our highest is 165.
17,000?
17,000. That is,
Lovely, right?
I think that is a Nissan Sentra. I have to check and see. I can't remember.
And how do we get this website?
If you go to the Facebook page, Honda St. Kitts, you go ahead and click on the link for the website. You'll see it right there. Or in most of our posts, the link for the site is there as well. So you can browse through the site, see what cars we have available, make, model, financing options. So, for example, you can sort through them by those who are eligible for the 40,000 unsecured loan. You can select those and see which one. If you go into the details of each link for each car, you actually get a monthly estimate at what the lowest monthly rate is. Because we have a lot of people who have called into us, asked us, what's the most asked question is, how much a month is this going to be? How much is this going to cost me? So we went ahead and just give an estimate as low as it would be. So if you go on the site, it would show you the for most of the cars, the monthly cost, it would be as low as. Obviously that when you go ahead and go with a financing advisor and they have a discussion, that may change because that depends on your current work situation, any existing debts and things like that. But this is just to give you a rough idea in terms of what the costing would be and would it fit into your budget. So it's a quick one-stop. You can go look, check out the cars, see what works with your budget, and then go ahead and get the details. Now, Jade, if you could just click, I guess, let me see, 664. Go ahead and click on that one. The R664, the Nissan.
Jade don't know cars.
But this is on the screen.
That one. Okay. So for our viewers, so for those who are listening to us on radio or not viewing us online, we're looking at, I think that's what. Scroll down for me.
You have to give her time to change shapes and so on.
Yes, she's doing a lot of stuff on the OBS.
Okay, yeah. So we have a Nissan Versa sedan. That one is in pretty good condition. It is a 2013. The price is $30,000. Again,
not bad.
If you go down and you hit the read more, it would give you the mileage. So you would get a rough estimate in terms of the mileage, details, the general details of the car. But on the page itself, you can also call in and click right then and there to go ahead and call and ask about financing, or go ahead and get a test drive. Now, with all our used cars, you do get that free month free servicing. So we don't just give you the car and say bye.
Sweet.
We try and be all inclusive. So we will provide you that servicing for those first 3 months. Again, we also offer that. Again, we do sell the cars as is. They're well maintained, but we also allow you to bring your mechanic in, check the car again, see what issues. Because with all older cars, like a lot of people will say it runs fine, but as a car gets older, there are little peculiarities that come up. And we always want to ensure that once you get a car from us, it fits for you.
Right.
So some people, they might not be, they might say, okay, well, I'm not too sure about this one. I'm not too confident about this one. You know, some people who are not that technically savvy, they would want something a little bit newer because obviously newer means less issues. We have those cars as well. So you can check through the browse history to see the makes and models. So we really try and make it easy for you to print down and pick
right
the
for
car
you.
that is literally right for you,
Right.
as well as give you the tools, those financial tools that you can go through and see if you can manage the payments. Because this economy and things that are going on, that is significant. And we know now that there's an importance in terms of getting your own car just because of the situation with COVID-19. You know, it's safer for you to have your own personal vehicle than to rely on public transport.
I like this. Because even on the thumbnails, it shows you right away how low the payments per month might be.
And that is a huge plus because at the end of the day, that is exactly what somebody who's going to buy a new car.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
What
How
is
much it can
costing
cost me?
How much of my salary a month am I going
And we're
to
just
have to
talking about
dedicate
this
to
in terms of government institutions.
I'm thinking the same thing.
We're just talking about how inefficient these the government machinery. And you come in here and you're just like, yo, this is one-stop shop. Everything here for you. You don't have to ask the question.
Well, yeah, we take a cue from our American franchises where we see like a lot of people, we see that movement that it's online. You want that immediate, all right, I need to know the facts, you know, right then and there, as opposed to the old school where people like, how much you be? Well, you got to come in, you got to ask me this question.
It saves you time as well.
It saves
wasting
you
your time,
time.
etc.
Because also with that, you can actually, there's a wish list, so you can add multiple cars and then compare and say, all right, well, I like this one, but maybe this one is cheaper, but this one is newer, so might have less problems. So if you have there, you actually do have to sign up, because actually if you do sign up, it also gives you the opportunity that we add cars daily. It will notify you when we get new cars and new inventory in.
Nice.
So you don't even have to go to the site. It'll just tell you, hey, we have this car. You might be interested in it. Check it out.
So what you're saying is that there was an existing model that made sense and you all adopted it to make life easier for you and your customers? That's what happened?
Very much so.
Oh,
we
that's
saw,
strange.
like I said, we are part of the Hertz franchise, and we try, and especially for Hertz and Honda, we try to bring all the features that we see, because a lot of the times you see in the Western model, they were like, we have this, but then when you go to the Caribbean or the other regions, they don't have those features. So we're trying now more to incorporate and integrate, so it's more seamless and more ease for the person to go ahead and have those features and those benefits that we see in the main branches in the U.S. So again,
no matter where you go to Hertz, it's the same experience.
Universal.
And it's a similar one.
And because we do have multiple catalogs, because you also have Hertz, CNC, Honda, Dollar, we're going to try and all of them, they're going to have the same catalog and inventory. And you actually can filter from the pages themselves to say, hey, okay, I just want to see what's on Honda Syncits, which is just the newer cars, the City, the LX, and the HRV and the CRV, yeah. So you can go ahead and filter and get that information. And again, we do have those buttons right there for you to go ahead and click and ask those information for those who have more questions in terms of financing and getting that process done. We try and make it as seamless as possible and easy for you to get those answers back as quickly as possible. We do know that we have a lot of people that have been asking questions on Facebook. We have been a little slow, and that's because we just had a large influx of questions, and that was pertaining to, again, the financing and a lot of that, which is, again, why we kind of expedited the priority of getting this site up, so you can get those details and get that information. And again, it's a large catalog of cars, so you can go ahead and you have a lot to look for to make that determination of what's the best car for you.
Awesome. And then it really seems like you guys have thought about almost everything as it relates to what customers are going to need to be able to come to you guys, see what's available, and see what's well within their means, and try and really choose the vehicle that's right for them. I actually went up to CNC and Hertz and took a look at some of the vehicles. And,
so wait, hold on. You went, and yet somebody else in the studio who said they were definitely 100% confident they were going to come did not go, but you did.
Oh, wow. Imagine that.
Who changed Shaden?
Who changed Shaden?
I know he told me.
I just said somebody in here.
Kevin, you look guilty.
I just said somebody.
You just look guilty, Kevin. I don't know.
I watching the website.
Remember Kevin, Jade, you mean, you know? Remember Kevin, this Jade.
I gave my budget long time.
Remember, Kevin said you only got $7.
Okay.
So, Brandon, no, he is serious.
Are you referring to me?
Yes, he is.
I will never say anything negative about you.
Oh.
Thank you.
So that wasn't negative, it's just an occurrence.
Oh,
just
man.
wait one to VJ, just wait.
You can make him not blink.
Okay. But now getting to Honda.
He just blinked. It was Jade.
But now getting to the Honda. Again, we had a lot of questions about the cars themselves and in terms of the monthly payments. Now, for example, our most cost effective, if you go to, for example, this is just to give you an example in terms of how financing plays a pretty important part in the cars. If you look at the Honda CR-V, the 2014, which is there. Now, its monthly is, I think that was 1,500.
Yeah, one.
Now, with the offer we have now for the, what do you call it, for the 0 down, 4.5%, 7 repayment, if we go ahead and say, hey, I want to get a new car, which would be in that range, the Honda CT, the Honda HR-V, and the Honda fully loaded HR-V are actually cheaper per month than that one.
Really?
So, for example, with the 7-year repayment plan. So the Honda City, it's $80K, but its monthly would be as low as $1,112. Now, if you're looking at the HR-V, which is, is the standard one, but it still has a lot of features. The Honda Sense, you have the Bluetooth connection, Honda Link when we have it available. Nicely detailed as a sport car, comes in the same options as the more fully loaded. That would be $1,349 a month, as low as. Again, we said as low as because, again, different factors would affect into that costing. We do also have to say that, some of the financial institutions, we say, aside from looking at the offer as is, you also have to look at, all right, if I have a little piece of change, let me add that and see what that would adjust in terms of my monthly payment. So that's another way of getting it downloaded. A lot of people sometimes they just see the offer and they go straight, and maybe sometimes they get declined. But maybe what you can do is just try and adjust and see, all right, talk with the financial element and see what's the best option for you.
Right.
Don't necessarily go that way. And then again, we have multiple offers. So you may not fit within this category,
But something else
but
might.
definitely within all the way down to that 40,000 unsecured, you would fit into there to get something that works for you. But as I said, that financing plays that significant amount, and especially like I am focusing on that one because this is a really good offer. As you can see from the pricing of your monthly rate, it is comparable, or well, I should say less than if you had purchased a used car.
Right.
So yeah, I would, I tell everybody, come down, check out the cars we have, the City, the HR-V, CR-V. Take a look. It doesn't hurt for you to see what it would entail, or the process for you to get that financing done. With our persons there, we try and make it as seamless and as easy as possible to get that information to you and those details to help you get the car that you want.
Wow.
But just to finish off, because I didn't think I did the CR-Vs. The CR-Vs, which is the one which is 126,000, which is the standard, that would be 1,752 a month as low as. And then the fully loaded, which is all out moonroof, CarPlay, Android Play, Bluetooth, the Honda Sense, the rear. The best way I could explain it is just wave your foot and the back door opens.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Automatic lift gate.
The automatic lift gate. Yeah, that one, funny enough, is 2016 a month. And if you check us now, we actually have some pickups in that. I think they're on the site now, but also we have
I saw a sexy Isuzu pickup there a while ago.
Yeah, so we have some utility vehicles as well. So we're trying, like I said, we're trying to cover the gambit of all options you might be interested in, and we try and have something for each customer.
I like this.
This is so forward. I don't even have anything to ask you. I don't know.
I don't even have any questions because this is so straightforward and super simple.
Like, it's literally browse, try, buy.
Literally.
I like that.
Your price
Browse,
is here.
Try, buy.
And what we see a lot of the times is that prices aren't available. You have to always pop in to check price. But price is here. You can see how low your monthly payment is. All these things.
No, but the thing about it is, there's such a wide range of offerings. It's so good to know that you could, before even going to the dealership, you could say, oh, these are the ones I'm interested in. So you go there, you don't have to walk around for 10 hours looking at all the different vehicles, trying to figure out which ones you're interested in.
Right.
You come and say, these 3 are the ones that I'm looking at. Can I see these? Can I try them?
Walk straight to the vehicle,
And then
Because even
buy.
and again, it's for you to be able to do that comparison shopping, and our prices are competitive. I can definitely tell you that. For example, we have other dealerships with new cars. I ain't gonna call no names. Their base one is, I think, 189,000, which for a comparable car.
I can tell you what it is, Abby.
It's quite all right. But the CRV, but our CRV in the same lane, that's that one, is the 97. And if you went with the fully loaded, which is about 126, or the fully loaded in the CRV, which is 145, it's still lower than that one. So we try, like, we look, and this is prices we had from last year, because we try and keep things as competitive. We try and put things within the budget and how the economy is working. So a lot of these, we try and stay competitive. We try and put what we see our customers are interested in, and we try and bring those features to them.
Brilliant.
Significantly lower for the fully loaded version. I am already mesmerized by this website.
And Randon, so you mentioned before that you guys were getting a lot of questions and stuff. So I guess that hints to the fact that people are interested in the deals. People are looking, and so if you are interested, you probably should go to the website like right now.
You can go to HondaSaintKitts.com. You can go to Hertz Car Sales St. Kitts and just go through and browse and see what like I said, I would invite you to go and see what we have on offering. My personal bias, but I think we have some of the best rates that are on the island. Again, we make it seamless and easy for you to go through the process, especially with COVID and social distancing. You literally can sit home and browse through our catalogs and see what we have available, and then make that decision before you come down.
Brilliant.
So we try and make sure that you're very much informed. You have an idea of what you're costing and your financing, and especially for those with families, that's a significant and important thing. You always want to have that discussion, hey, can we afford this? What do we need to make that adjustment? And again, as I said, you don't necessarily have to take the offers as is. If you go ahead and have that cushion that you can do the down payment, that would affect that monthly rate. So it is a situation of having that dialogue or having that conversation with the financer and say, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking at. It's a little too high.
How can we make it work?
How can we make it work? How can we do it down? This Friday, what I'll be doing online is for those who are interested in the cars, we will be doing some estimates. So then, for example, if you come in and you say, hey, I'm purchasing this, it's coming up to this. What can I do to adjust? We'll try and do it, online. We'll go through the process in terms of seeing how we can work with the numbers to try and fit within the range that you're looking for.
Nice. Randon, what vehicle in the inventory, the Honda inventory, do you like? Which is the one that generally catches your eye?
Well, I won't say for me, but there is one that...
I asked for you.
Me personally, I would go with the HRV, but...
Yes.
I said my mom, she eyeing the CRV.
Mom's eyeing the CRV?
She was eyeing the CRV.
You like mom's
the sporty look of it?
No, she's like, she's one of those where she's like, how much can I fit in?
Okay. Yes, right.
She's looking at
she's like,
cargo space.
Yeah, she's like, how much stuff can I fit into this?
Yeah.
So I do like the features for that. I do really, really like the seating, the seat adjustments and the internal environment. Just because, as you get a little bit older and you want a little bit of lumbar support and all of that stuff. So before I
nice cabin.
Before never used to pay attention to any of that. Now I'm like, okay, I want to get like a nice, comfortable seat that could ease back.
And some leg room.
Yeah. It's funny how different customers would focus on different things, Like some people ain't really to care about how it look or whatever, but if when I'm inside, I feel comfortable, I get a sense of luxury, then that does it for them. Whereas some other customers be like, man, I just you got in this color.
Mhm.
Like it's interesting to see how different customers focus on different things.
Well, I've seen the younger crowd. They were like, they're more interested in like that sleek look, but they're also very much into that integrated system with their phones because they want to get directions, play music, things like that. To be honest, I had a car for 8 years. I never turned on the radio, and now that
You're a strange person now.
I'm not a strange person.
No, because you're playing from you're playing from something else.
Huh?
You're playing from.
So you never
Yeah, I used to play because
you
when
never turn on the FM.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
because if I get
Same.
Yeah.
I don't turn on the radio because my phone's connected and playing.
Me too, yeah.
So it's continued for back, and
I
then
take it back. Sorry, sorry. I thought he say he don't use like he never taught me. I was like, wow, he just listen to like
nothing
road noise like.
I feel I need to call that lady from yesterday. Go to her after.
Which lady?
You know which lady?
Which lady for sure?
She's that with a D.
Oh my word.
But no, I never used to use those features. But then coming into the newer cars, it's like, I could connect my phone. It'll automatically switch over.
That's big for me.
So those what is it? Quality of life enhancements. They're minor, but after I put it this way: once you start using them, when you take them away, you're like,
you don't know
so all the CRVs and HRVs have these features for both iPhone and Android, which is a big thing. For some people, it's either or, and if your car doesn't support one or the other, does become a bit of a headache, even if they do have the Bluetooth.
Yes.
So with those, as I said, all those features are there available for you. A lot of those options that you see in the U.S. cars are available in that, such as the directions, playing media music. Some level of autonomous driving, such through the Honda Sense, as I said, it can check what's around you and it adjusts your driving to ensure your safety.
Right, and the safety of those around you.
In roundabouts.
Yeah, I don't know if they have that yet, but
soon. But that was very informative. Thank you very much. Are there any last bits of information you're gonna plug for us?
As I said, I think I covered everything, but I would like you to check out our yes.
Before you wrap up, the Wi-Fi that's still being offered as well.
Oh yeah, the offer is still the internal Wi-Fi, the mobile hotspot.
Mobile hotspot, yeah.
Yeah, it is offered on that one for just the new model.
The new models.
Just for the new model.
Nice.
So you will get that Wi-Fi, that the 3 months of gas for both your home and the car itself, the free Honda accessories. So it's a really nice package.
Yeah, definitely.
Big time.
But as I said, just check out our website, our Facebook page, and then go to the website, browse, see what's available.
And then buy something.
Yeah. As I said, on a regular basis, we do post the new cars we have available and the features for the Honda and the HRV or CRV. So you can get those details right then and there. So again, we check out the site, check out the page, call us. We're always here. We're happy to talk to you and inform you about what we have.
Brilliant. Well, Ryan, thank you very much for joining us and disseminating this very valuable information. I'm so excited. I can't afford a car, but
just going to look
for people who can't afford cars, this is very good for you.
You may not be able to afford a car now, but again, with the system.
By next year.
Oh, that's it. Proud out in business.
Hopefully, I'm employed by then. Based on how I went down this morning, me get a government job. So. Yeah. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this segment with our friends from Hertz and the CNC.
And Honda.
We're going to take a break and come back to our last segment.
Oh, hold on. Completely forgot.
Ooh, more, yes.
Okay.
You know, so well
for those, because a lot of people ask this question. If you want to check out the cars in all their glorious colors, the different variety of models, if you go by our location at Connery, next to Scenic Railway, they're there. Because people do ask that question. Yes, all the colors, all the stylings, the trimmings and finishes are there. So if you really can't wait to take a look at one, you can go right there. Because all of them are here.
One more quick question, Randon, just for the people listening who are Honda fans, but don't necessarily see the offering that they like. particular vehicle. Could you say why some of those aren't necessarily on island, and is it possible, for instance, I personally like the Ridgeline and the Pilot. Would if
the Accords.
Do you guys offer that like on special order or?
Not to get too in depth, but as I said, there's different franchises and there are different regions. So there's different cars that are offered to us.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
for example, funny enough, the Honda, for example, if I went, the Honda HR-V LX is not exactly identical to the Honda HR-V LX in the US. It's not exactly identical to the Honda HR-V in Thailand. So they have different offerings, and that is determined by the company itself, as well as what they see the interest within the region. So if you do go to our site, you will see the full catalog. That is what is available here.
Yeah.
For example, as you said, the Honda Pilot, there would be a variant that would not be under the Honda Pilot name,
Right,
but if you look at it, you'd be like, oh, that's a Honda Pilot.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, because Trinidad, funny enough, they have some cars that are in the HR-V family, but they're not called that. The same thing for India.
Yeah.
That's like the.
It depends on the market.
That's
It
like
happens
the
in different
Honda-
regions
That's like
and
the
stuff
Honda
like
Fit and Blitz, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Same kind
So
of,
when you go on
yeah.
there, you will see them. We do offer the opportunity for you to purchase them, but again, those are because we usually select what the interest is, so that's what we bring down immediately. So that's what you would see in the dealership right there. But it does not exclude you from not purchasing. Like I'm picky. I want this exactly this, and this.
Awesome.
That option is still
So if
available
I
to
want,
you.
so if I want a fully loaded Honda Accord, leather interior, move with everything, I can go to the CNC and you can bring it here for me.
Yes, you would sit down with us. We'd go through, see what
Awesome.
options available. We'll see, because you can either build it completely custom, or we will see whatever dealerships outside have it and then bring it down for you. So you have a lot of options and a lot of price points to play with.
Sweet.
So you
Question.
Yes.
Do you have the option of buying cars from the US market here? Like
From
if if I wanted a US spec Honda Ridgeline.
A US spec Honda Ridgeline, that I would have to check and see. Because again, with a lot of the region specifics, they have prerequisites or things they would have with the cars and the limitations.
Okay.
We can reach out and get in touch with the because we're all inclusive, the Honda family. We can reach out and ask that question, but it's one that we've never been asked before. So I don't want to answer and say yes, it is something possible. But I can inquire it, and the next time on, I'll give you an answer.
Oh, brilliant.
Sweet.
All right, well, thanks very much, and we'll pause now and then come back to some more Island Tea. Stay tuned.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
If Jah is by my side, I won't hide. No, I won't hide. Boom, 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 this a junior. Boom, 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 this a junior. Boom, 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 this a junior. Boom, boom, boom. If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of the pestilence that crawleth by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of the pestilence that crawleth by night? Your best you try to harm me and I, up now. No, not go bout. My foes attack and I just smile. They don't seem to understand my style. My confidence is so high. In a Baba Janai, is standing by my side. And then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawling by night? If Jah is standing by my side, and then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawling by night? Boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom, boom, boom. So talk your talk and laugh your laugh. That won't shiver my heart. His secret tabernacle will guide I. Guess your guess and test your test. That is in your own interest. To find out the power of the Most High, Most High, Most High. Jah is standing by my side. And then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night?
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Karen and Marley, and it is time for some tea. Hee. So, we let's talk about some articles. We have a few more minutes. We have like 20 minutes, so we'll run through some articles because we spent the entire morning grinding gears. So, yes, not right away. But
get me hype on that one there,
let's talk about some St. Kitts and Nevis news first. So, in a release from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, an autopsy was performed on the body of 62-year-old Arthur Bell, who is also known as Arthur Jacobs of Ponds Pasture, on November 16th by the pathologist Dr. Adrian Nunez. Dr. Nunez concluded that Jacobs' death was a result of multiple shock and trauma injuries. Subsequently, 44-year-old Inshan Mohammed of Pine Gardens, Shadwell Housing, was also arrested on Tuesday, November 17th, and charged for the offense of causing death by dangerous driving. According to the release, Mohammed is accused of causing the death of 62-year-old Arthur Jacobs of Ponds Pasture, whom he collided with in traffic on November 13th, 2020. Mohammed is currently in police custody. Mr. Jacobs passed after the incident on the Bay Road Friday night, November 13th. The incident occurred on the island Bay Road near to the Sol gas station sometime after 6 p.m. Mohammed was traveling from Birdwalk towards the Central Bastia area, and after passing the main entrance of the Sol station, collided with Jacobs. Y'all, please drive safely. Please drive smart. And
we don't come in here and we discuss the police and traffic about what they'll be doing, but we've been seeing, it seems as though, daily traffic accidents. Like, I don't know what's happening. And it's been like this for a while, eh?
Yeah.
You feel like 2020 started off with everybody going, what's going on with all these accidents? Like, I don't know what's happening. We can't continually be losing lives. Like, of people just walking home.
Yeah.
You can't just be walking home and don't make it home. Like, what's going on?
That's why I don't walk.
Yeah, but there were some of these people, the people who were making it home, and some of them were driving too.
That's true. But bye.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate for everyone involved, man. And the thing about it is unnecessary. A lot of the times, what is happening here is just speeding.
Bailey, stop it. Go up my head. Speeding. I was just going to say, it is largely as a result of speeding where it is unnecessary. Why are you speeding downtown?
Dude,
not just that. It's literally like 100 feet and you're mashing gas.
Why are you speeding on 4th Street?
Bro, there is hardly any trip you could be making in St. Kitts and gain 10 minutes, no matter how fast you drive.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how much
because
time.
the minutes need to accumulate, and the shorter the drive is, the less minutes will accumulate.
Dude, but dude, look at the roads. You know how much times someone would have passed me, like on the country road, they passed me around a corner, almost kill you, your passengers, and the people in the other vehicle.
And then
and then I end up.
And when you meet my Uncle T's, you're right behind them.
Dude, sometimes it's round the corner,
Yeah,
a
round the
bus
corner,
stop,
you're right
a bus
behind
stop
them
there.
again.
So now everybody got to stop because traffic coming up his direction. I'm literally behind you. Like, it's like you're late for hell.
Yeah.
So you in a rush to get there?
I have to. So yesterday, we started the show late, primarily because one, traffic was a mess, but two, the parking situation, but three, heading from the top of like that cash and carry road, you know, that Best Buy, top of the road, Best Buy, TDC Automotive, starting there are bus drivers who are taking their passengers wherever they need to go, but doing so recklessly. Driving down on that same Sol stretch, this stretch with the Sol tanks, they are overtaking, and there is no space to overtake because there are junctions and intersections all along that road.
Even if you overtake, by the time you get to the sands, or anyway, you have to stop again. You got to
but
stop
they are
again.
overtaking, and they have to swerve out. And why are we doing this?
And hold on. And this is no excuse for the driver's behavior, but we also have to place some of the blame and the ignorance of the passengers. There's some of the passengers who in there telling the bus man,
go man, you could go.
Go. And telling him, but I got to reach work now, you got to reach work now. Yeah.
Stop doing that, because if the driver hits somebody, you will be more than late to work.
Then say, but hey, me not make the man be driving, so yeah.
It's ridiculous, honestly. The swerving through traffic in town, and it's unnecessary.
This is not a matter of inconvenience anymore. People are losing their lives.
And then even yesterday heading as usual the ECCB roundabout, there was a truck driver who overtook about 4 cars in a roundabout, almost caused one of the cars to end up. You remember where the old road used to be, where the train tracks was, and there's like a little ditch. Almost made a car end up in the ditch because he decided to swing out into the inner lane in the yield, overtake everybody flying into the roundabout, and cut off traffic to exit before everybody. Why are we doing this?
That's scary, man.
It's ridiculous. And then now if the two of them butt up, I can guarantee you the truck driver would have one lot of arguments to go on with.
I'm telling, hey, don't bother them big truck, right? Them big truck there. I don't know if they feel because there's hardly anything else on the road that could really impact them, whether they drive so. But I know there's a lot of people who are scared of being on the road and seeing one of them trucks coming. They drive so fast and reckless.
I took Jade somewhere Tuesday, and Jade said she don't want to bother get a license because of how many potential accidents I encountered in a short drive. Coming from the Bay Road, if you're heading past, if you're driving towards the Cenotaph, you know, there's a right turn, you could go up into McKnight. I'm turning to turn there, and there's a car in the stop reversing and doing a U-turn. In the stop. Then if he hit me, when the police come and ask for an explanation, he can say I was reversing in a stop, I was doing a U-turn in a stop. It's ridiculous, honestly. But let's move on to another article.
Crazy.
Hopefully we could get
Be safe, guys. Be safe.
Honestly, you know, and they say it all the time. You have to drive for you and everyone else.
Yeah.
And
pedestrians, unfortunately, the sidewalks are no longer safe. The pedestrian crossings are no longer safe.
No way safe.
You have to be vigilant, not only for you, but also your other road users, other people. The other day, I had to stop a girl from crossing the pedestrian crossing.
Because somebody zipping by
on pedestrian crossing, and the person just come around and just was going. And I literally had to hold her by the back of her shirt and pull her back.
I know, you know, that pedestrian crossing on Pond Road, where if you turn, you could head up to like 7 Day.
Yeah.
I stopped to allow somebody to cross because it's a crossing. and tell me why somebody decided to overtake me because I stopped to let somebody cross.
Oh yes. That's another one.
That's one thing gonna get happening in primary school.
Alice, yes.
On the Bay Road.
So then I had to beep to the girl, and she had to stop because this car is zipping by, and then the car had to mash brakes. And then guess what? The mash brakes, you always happening, and then mash gas and continue going.
But the girl don't stop, so gone.
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah.
That's why whenever I stop to let people cross, I put on my hazards. If you still overtake and kill somebody after that, they should last you in jail.
Yeah, that's on you, yeah.
They should last you. Even when I stop to let somebody come up my vehicle, I put on my flashes so nothing's happening. Take it easy.
The flashes are there, use them. Honestly, use them. Traffic will be a lot more, would flow a lot better if people know where people are going. But the reason why traffic is so congested is because nobody knows where anybody is going. But we'll digress because we'll be here all day.
The Lord get angry.
Yeah, we're about to grind gears again. So let's talk about more St. Kitts and Nevis. So the National Carnival Committee is planning to bring back Panorama as part of the Sugar Mass 49 celebrations.
Indeed.
In an interview, Carnival Chair Shannon Hawley said that the staging of a reimagined carnival under COVID-19 guidelines has given them the chance to tap into a more traditional culture and folklore aspects of carnival. As such, Ms. Hawley said that she's looking forward to bringing back Panorama and making it a big event. Panorama is going to be approximately 8 steel bands from St. Kitts and Nevis, and I think that again, bringing back steel band last year, the Panorama was not well received in that there was only just one band performing for various reasons. So we are bringing back Panorama on a large scale, and I think that it is going to warm the hearts of many people, especially during the festive period. I am so excited for this. I miss pan music so bad.
Look, I mean, this, and I hope this leads to even more pan on the road, something that has been limited over the years lately. But the pan groups, I could tell they are very excited. I spoke to a couple of the band leaders recently, and they are very much enthused about this. We have so many pan steel pan players who go and compete in other islands in their carnivals, and I could tell they really want to bring it this year. They really want to bring it home this year.
It's about time, man. I remember the last 2 carnivals, we had a pan on the road. The only pan I was on the road last carnival, I think, was for Globe Parade.
It was EBJ, right? EBJ Harmonics?
I believe so. But for Parade, there was no steel band for Parade there.
A travesty.
And when I was small and so, I used to see at least 4 or 5 different steel bands on Parade there, going across Greenland.
As a matter of fact, because of that, people don't even recognize that we have all these steel band groups, all these steel bands like that. People just don't know.
Yeah.
So we talk about this all the time in terms of like the arts and everything. Opportunities to showcase and perform are lacking, and to see that this the Carnival Committee has taken the step to bring back this opportunity, I think it will go a long way in terms of just pan on the island.
I'm very excited.
I am actually very excited because love it.
How much?
Vince in here asking who is Borat. Vince real, right?
Legendary.
Seriously?
Legendary.
He don't watch movies. He just listen to Skilly Bang, Crocodile Teeth all day. That's all he does do.
Really? Come on, we digress.
I will continue.
They're over there cloning.
Yeah, they're over there arguing now. Okay, so let's talk about Barbados, which is something. Anyway, let me read the article first.
Pick up Auntie Mia one time.
One time. Many times, actually. So Barbados removes its Nelson statue in break with colonial past. Barbados has removed the statue of British Admiral Lord Horatio Nelson from the Bridgetown capital's main square on Monday, November 16th, 2 months after announcing plans to replace Britain's Queen Elizabeth as its head of state and to move on from its colonial past. The statue was in...
Wait, yeah. So that's in them over again?
This happens 2 months after... Remember, they becoming a republic. Where was he in this?
Parliament Club.
So the statue was unveiled in 1813 to commemorate Nelson and the British Royal Navy's victory over the French and Spanish in the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. The Caribbean, then largely colonized by Britain, France, and Spain, was also an important background in the wars. And long story short,
Fire.
so let me make a long story short. They have removed the statue of
Lord Nelson.
Of Lord Nelson, which is something.
And not the Calypsonian people.
Which is something that
Literally
needed to
written of
happen
him.
a long time ago. Why is there a statue of a mass murderer in a square?
Hold on. Congrats to Barbados.
Congrats, honestly.
Okay, let's bring it home now.
Oh wait. So there was actually somebody spray painted. So then, do you remember during all the Black Lives Matter protests, the US and the UK started arguing about these colonial statues, and then it trickled down into the Caribbean, and they started asking why these statues existed in the Caribbean as well.
Right.
Somebody then during that time spray painted on the bottom of the statue. I can't remember word for it, but it was something like
giant penis.
It was no, it was like it
should've
was something that said "move me" or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it
okay.
Overdue.
Guys, in all of these islands, we have these monuments that pay tribute to our colonial past, right? To our colonial past. Now, we're gonna have things that are going to remind us of where we come from and history and all of these things. But there's a difference between having things that remember
and having things that idolize.
Yes.
And memorialize these people.
Mm-hmm.
The question I am putting out there is why we still have Warner Park.
You mean as the name?
Yeah.
Oh. Because that's what you always name. Duh.
Remember when something happened in St. Kitts, it must happen for the rest of eternity.
Happen forever. Time immemorial.
My understanding is it's named because of Sir Thomas Warner.
Remind us who he is, please.
The story behind that.
You want us to remind you?
Remind
Sir
us who
Thomas
he
Warner
is.
was the first governor of the Caribbean Islands, British governor. He was the one who actually founded the first colony in the islands, which was, of course, St. Kitts. I think he moved here. He set up the colony in 1624.
Mm-hmm.
And then this colony then allowed the British to launch off and colonize several other countries. Nevis being next, of course. And then I think it was Montserrat. And ironically, Sir Thomas Warner was actually the islands that he was governor for was St. Kitts, Nevis, Montserrat, Antigua, and Barbados. Ironically.
Really?
Right. Ironically, yes. So, however, there are several stories of genocide surrounding his time.
His legacy.
Yep.
Yes.
His legacy.
It seems as though people actually didn't notice because
people that just talk about the bloody bloody point
and
all of them things. Yes, there's several stories as to how that happened and whatever. Most of the general stories is like all the Calignos came from different islands. A lot of them from Dominica. Would have come here and they were planning to attack the fort.
That's the girl Barbie, how was your name?
So Barbie was the one who actually
betrayed the natives.
Yeah, but what happened was she was actually a slave. So she was captured. She was actually captured from like a neighboring what they call Ararak.
She wasn't betting on them too.
She was in love with Sir Thomas Warner.
So he was charming.
Oh. Legend has it that there's a reason why there's so many Warners in Sandy Point. But anyway, but
it's true.
But really, I think we have. Okay, perhaps it was a situation where the question is, what are we going to name it? To be honest, I think anything would be better, even just the park.
Mm-hmm.
But
how
is it that we still how is it that we do not have a sporting facility, complex, statue, something of the man himself, Keith Kayama Gums.
Is this you making sense? Because remember, we don't do that here.
Well, Kim
Yeah, we got the stadium. We got the stadium.
And a highway.
And a highway.
Yeah. Man, get a lot by.
Like,
yeah, a lot. But what grinds my gears even more than all these things we've just mentioned is the fact that when our politicians are sworn in to look after the affairs of the state, they swear allegiance to the Queen of England. If I was to ever be on that stage, right, Bailey and Hanley, they're gonna be up there for hours. They're gonna be saying it.
That's dude.
And if that's what it takes for me to be sworn in, then me gonna be sworn in. That's how serious it about that deal.
It upsets me.
When they say yes, I pay allegiance to the Queen, I'm gonna say allegiance to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
And her successors.
Of St. Kitts and Nevis.
And her
And
successors.
they said, no, Mr. Armin, you have to say the Queen and her successors. As well, what we do?
Yeah. The people vote for me now.
Something got to work out here.
The people vote for me, so what you do?
Don't say me then.
Look.
You're going to be like 93 again, no, on Church Street.
Look,
But
it's
oh my
crazy.
gosh.
But I mean, there is historical evidence. There's this French historian who would have documented this entire the Kalinago genocide that happened there, right? Where bodies were piled high on the beach.
Mhm.
And the thing about it, this wasn't like to say just natives of St. Kitts at the time. Like, this would have been from several different islands. So the effect,
Mhm.
the effect would have been great. And evidence has it. No, well, evidence has kind of been proven that, well, kind of shows that they perhaps weren't even going to attack the camp.
Really?
But they use St. Kitts as a base to go and to go and raid other islands.
Mhm.
I know they'll go and raid other islands and things
Yep.
like that. So they usually would meet up down at the settlement at Bloody Point.
Mhm.
And then
regroup.
And then they would go after the other islands or whatever. Because St. Kitts is very central. The same reason Sir Thomas Warner chose St. Kitts to be the first colony is the same reason the Kalinagos were using it to launch up there.
As a base, yeah.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like,
but anyway,
I don't say it, yeah. I don't say Warner Park. Like, I don't say it.
Kudos to Mayor Motley, the Honourable Mayor Amor Motley of Barbados, for taking the Mayor Moore in taking the very bold, courageous, timely, necessary step to
Yes.
liberate the people of Barbados from European influence and rule.
We still.
Oh yes.
We still operate as independent as we are. We still operate as if we.
Dude,
you want some
all the land said you belong to Queen Elizabeth.
Exactly.
All of the land. Huh?
You want another some homework to do?
Mm.
You know, Fines Avenue.
Mhm.
You ever wonder who Fines was? There's some homework for you.
That.
You'll tell us tomorrow. We'll take. Oh, we ain't taking a break or going home.
Hint, hint. Racist governor who murdered a lot of people.
This is the part where I pretend to be shocked.
Wow.
Anyway, it's time to go.
Yeah,
home.
Kayamba Park. I like the sound of it. Yeah, I like
Mayor
that.
Motley,
That sound good.
Mhm.
Big up to you one time, Auntie Mio.
Mia. Leading by example once again.
That's the man right there. That's the man right there, boy. Mio is like, wow. Every time I read any article from Barbados, I just feel proud. I feel Bayesian.
I mean, talking like that though.
Yeah. But you know, we've come to the end of the show. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday, and it begins the weekend. Some people's weekend begin today, like all of us in here because we're unemployed. Our weekend began in March. Oh boy. But you know, please folks, drive safely. Don't overtake in the roundabout. Indicate in the roundabout. Don't overdrink and drive. And look out for your fellow road users, pedestrians and cars alike. We're leaving. And we want you all to have a blessed and wonderful day. In the name of the Lord. And without further ado, I pass you over to Mr. Kevin Hanley, who will leave you with some closing remarks on how to live your life today. Mr. Hanley?
Today's scripture reading is, you can't be everybody cup of tea because you're not a mug. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord.